Hey guys, Venomous here, and I got a brand new OTGT for you. Now today I'm talking about Fight Night Round 4. You see it there, guys? Yes, I do play Fight Night, okay? This is like one of the only very few sports games I actually play, okay? Because I played ever since Fight Night Round 3, and I got all the achievements in that, and I kind of like the game, for obvious reasons. So picked up Fight Night Round 4 back, a good while ago. But anyway, what's so good about this game? Okay, this game is pretty cool because unlike Fight Night Round 3, well, before I even get to that, I should say, this is one of the best boxing games, or real actual sports fighting games on the market today, okay? Because this is better than the UFC Undisputed game that is out. That's the mixed martial arts game, and this is better than any of the other cartoony boxing games that have been out for quite a while. It's like, because this pretty much it's like a simulator of boxing for the most part, okay, and kind of a game form. You know how EA Sports pretty much does with almost all their games, like with the Madden series, and the whole thing. But anyway, Fight Night Round 4, okay? What's so good about this game besides all that, okay? It's a damn decent game, especially for offline play, especially if you got a couple friends, here and there, or even online, you got a couple friends here and there that are into boxing, or, just want to play a different type of fighting game, or kind of like a real sports game that actually isn't so much kind of like baseball and football, the usual stuff we see. So this is a nice thing to pick up for that reason. What's also cool about this game is got a lot of famous fighters, from both contemporary and back in the day. Like on the cover itself, in case you guys don't see, I'm gonna show it to you. That's Muhammad Ali and that's Mike Tyson. Old Mike Tyson when he still had hair. Anyway, okay, because I'm an Ali fan. Okay, personally, I think he's the greatest of all time. But anyway, he's got some old school guys, and some new school guys. Okay, you got Ali, you got Frazier, you got Tyson, you got Foreman, as DLC. You got Oscar De La Hoya, you got Roberto Duran, you got a whole bunch of famous boxers here, there, and all types of weight classes, both from heavyweight all the way to featherweight, all over the place. Anyway, besides that, what else is good about the game specifically? Okay, it's got a great create a character, okay, create a fighter, pretty much, where you pretty much create a fighter and take it through its own legacy mode. Okay, which is pretty much like it's a career mode where you kind of progress, where you fight for championships and try to build up your status as a fighter and become the greatest of all time. They call it the GOAT, which is GOAT, which is an acronym for the greatest of all time. For that whole gig. But anyway, it's really cool. The character creation is very in-depth. You could literally modify and tweak almost everything physical on your character for the most part. They have just only a few selections of different types of boxing styles, because there's only really, in actual boxing, there's only pretty much a few styles here and there, that all boxers pretty much, follow for the most part. So it's kind of limited in that sense when you're trying to decide how your fighter's going to fight. You also get a selection of like special signature moves, like special moves, like special types of punches that all types of boxers have, like really famous boxers. Like you could give a character that you created the Muhammad Ali shuffle, or Tyson's left hand from nowhere, things like that, that they have on there that you could pretty much modify and tweak and add on to your character. But as far as the physical aspect, like how your guy looks, is amazing. There's so many stuff you could get. Like no two creative fighters will almost ever look the same, because there's always going to be that difference in there, because there's just so many options and so many things you could do with your created fighter. Okay. The boxing overall, which is the big part about this game, the boxing is pretty good. Unlike in Fight Night Round 3, Fight Night Round 3 pretty much it had this kind of parry system to the boxing, where pretty much if you held, I think was guard and in a diagonal direction with one of your hands, kind of like this, your boxer will go like this, and if you're the opponent actually swung in that direction, you would parry it, and then you could get a free shot off of them, which in turn wasn't actually like how boxing is, and it was kind of easy to pull off most of the stuff. So what they did was they changed it up, so that way, as instead of just parrying, if you block, like if you get what's called a just block, if you block just in time with your boxer, kind of like this, it'll kind of slow down and kind of go zoomed in a little bit on the actual two boxers that are there, and whatever hit that you land on your opponent afterwards counts as a counter hit, and it does more damage, and it comes out kind of a little bit faster than normal, which is different. It's like actual boxing, because if you do a crazy punch and your opponent happens to block it, like this, then they're going to punish you for it. It's like actual boxing here and there. It gets pretty fun, especially offline, here and there. what else is so much good about this game? There's plenty of boxers, like I said. The mechanics of it is pretty fun. It's like straight up boxing. Now, what's bad about this game? The only problem that I have with this game is the online play. When you're playing against random people, not when you're playing against friends. Playing online against friends here and there, people that you know, is really good. However, when you go online randomly, sometimes you run into the typical online play bullshit, which is pretty much, in one of my cases, when I went online and played this game, I picked Tyson, because that's one thing, almost everybody and their mother picks Mike Tyson online for some odd reason. Nobody ever plays with their created characters, okay? When you go online, sometimes, in my case, I went online, and this guy, I got into a fight with him. I picked Tyson. He picked was some random other boxer. I don't remember who. But I was fighting him. I was dogging him with punches. I was beating on his ass and stuff. This guy literally did not at all throw one single clean blow except for a jab, almost for a good 4 or 5 rounds. And for the most part, nothing pretty much. He wasn't really doing anything tech or anything that was really good with the game, okay, like during the match at all. So when I'm beating on his ass, all of a sudden this guy threw one jab at me, mind you, while I'm beating the crap out of him. I had to throw him within the span of the 5 rounds that we played. Had to be about more than 150 punches, just straight out, just random punches, not just 150 jabs here and there, like literally 150 punches, period, like all types of punches. So anyway, this guy did the jab on me, and it rocked me. What happens is when you get rocked is that you're in that dazed state. Like if you get hit one more time in a real good way, you're gonna get knocked out. Pretty much. This guy threw one jab, which had to only be his 10th punch out of the whole match, and rocked me and knocks me down and won the fight. And I was saying to myself, what the hell? I was literally beating on this guy's ass, and this guy only threw like 10 punches. How the hell does that work out? I have a problem with that. To me, that's not like how actual boxing is, because one, I had the more bigger pressure game, and yes, while he may have gotten like 1 or 2 good punches in there, after taking so much punishment that he did, and while hardly landing as many punches as I did on him, I shouldn't be the one to get rocked like that. That's the only gripe that I have about this game. Little things like that is what kind of killed the experience for me online. But offline, I had a great time playing this game. What else is cool about online, I should mention, is that you could actually upload and download other people's created fighters. I know they have like hundreds and hundreds of different types of creative fighters, because you can literally make anybody that you could think of in this game. Like, I know I downloaded a bunch of creative fighters of Michael Jackson. A couple of people did, believe it or not. Some people made Bruce Lee. Some people made Chuck Norris. People went as far as even to make Rocky, Drago, Apollo, guys from the Rocky movies. One guy even tried to make the Incredible Hulk, even though he wasn't green and he was more like black or dark skinned. He made his physical appearance, like as far as like the actual model and like structure of his face and stuff, look like the Hulk, which I thought was amazing. That was pretty cool. There was even a guy that actually made a zombie from Left 4 Dead 2. Okay, as stupid and crazy as that might sound, this guy actually distorted the face enough to actually make this guy look like a zombie, and actually made him skinny enough as like an actual character, like his body structure, to look like a zombie, which I thought was pretty crazy. And he even got, the webcam, because you could actually get the Xbox Live Vision Cam to take a picture of somebody's face or of something, and you could actually imprint that face on the boxer that you're creating. So you actually got a picture of a zombie and actually imprinted it on there like that. Kind of like what you could do in Rainbow Six Vegas. I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that you could download other people's fighters if you don't necessarily want to take the time to actually like create one, or if you created a really cool one, you just want to show everybody like that, you could upload it to their servers, which I think is pretty cool. Plus, they have a bunch of cool soundtracks as far as rap, hip hop, and R&B and stuff on there. You can import your own track. You can even give your own created boxer their own entrance theme music from your Xbox 360 hard drive, which I think is awesome. Okay. Anyway, this game is pretty good. This is definitely a good sports game for you guys to check out. Now, I don't say a lot about sports games because I don't play a lot, but this is something you guys that if you're into sports games and stuff, you definitely want to pick up. Or if you want a different type of fighting game, you should definitely pick this up. Okay. Well, that's just my 2 cents. Leave your comments, your video responses. I don't mind, but just keep it civil. And I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Venomous out, and that was only the goddamn truth. Talk to you all later.